Hey, I'm back. Okay. Day 4 of the OBEE, the out of body experiment. No, the out of body experience experiment. I know yesterday I said that I was not going to, like, I was a little bit skeptical of these other YouTube videos that had binary beats on them. But of course, my curiosity got the best of me. And so I spent a little bit of time on YouTube trying to find, or just at least glancing at what some other ones are out there. I found one that looked cool. I actually had some awesome videos. I think it's by a guy named Mr. Theta, meaning he takes you down to the theta waves. And it was like a 3-hour video. I checked out the comments. I wanted to make sure there was no ads showing up in the middle of the video, so I'm not sitting there meditating or trying to sleep and have these ads pop up. And so I ended up going against my opinion from yesterday on not using somebody else's stuff. So basically, because I had such a good experience from just the regular binary beats, I decided to look a little bit deeper and go against my previous idea to not trust someone on YouTube. So I found this other video. I went to sleep. I actually worked until about 12 o'clock last night, a little bit after midnight. By the time I got to bed, it was about 12:15, and I jumped into bed, threw on this video, audio on my headphones, put on my blindfold. I like to keep it as dark as possible, keep the binary beats rocking and rolling. And I got to be honest, so I did it for about an hour and a half, and it kept me awake. I drifted off occasionally, but I was again just focusing on being in this room, focusing on these different objects, focusing on the mantra of now I'm out of body. So basically, after about an hour and a half, around 1:30, I was just lying there in bed, and I felt like I kind of was almost. I was wired. I couldn't sleep. I wanted to drift off to sleep and kind of kick the night into gear. And then there I was, and I'm lying there, and I hear like these footsteps walk into my room, walk around my bed, and I'm thinking, all right, this is too real. Is this me? But you know what? I'm just going to step into it because I don't know. I don't know what the out of body experience is going to feel like. I don't know what it's going to start like. This is too real, but maybe that's what it hears. Everybody who says they've had one says it's as real as possible can be. So I'm just lying there and I'm just feeling it. And then all of a sudden I get this hand on my shoulder, and it is my 10-year-old son who was asleep and woke up. But now a couple different things I'll point out. He doesn't typically wake up. So there is a curiosity factor that says, I wonder if he felt some sort of a vibe. I certainly, as soon as he touched me, again, I had the vibration all over my body, which I don't typically have when somebody wakes me up or touches me when I'm trying to sleep. So there was something physically going on, but nothing magical. After that, I just was up at that point. I decided to take off the headphones, take off the blindfold, and just roll over and go to sleep. And so, no out of body experience. Obviously, I think that would have been the first thing that I said. No lucid dreams either. So, day 4 is an experiment. I'll put a link to the video that I chose in the description. But day 4 was, let me dial it back. The book that I read and the research that I've done says it's not guaranteed in the first couple days. And in fact, the master, this guy, William Buhlman, who read it and did it for 70 years or 30 years or whatever it is, since the 70s, he said it took him 3 weeks before he even did it. So I think for my lucid dream from on day 3, I was a little overzealous and super excited that I just thought day 4 has got to be the out of body experience. But I'm telling you, day 4, not much happened besides I woke up my son with my vibrations, right? He said he had a dream. It was just basically about his brother playing with a cat that woke him up. So I don't know what that means. But anyway, he came in, he woke me up, he just wanted it, and then he went back to bed. So that's the results for day 4. But I will say this. Now, this is speaking more to, I think, the binary beats than it is speaking to the out-of-body experience. I will say that I've woken up today and I've been at an extra level of peace. I mean, every morning I wake up, as soon as I wake up, if I can, if it's before the kids' day starts, I come down here and I meditate for about an hour. I do a Dr. Joe meditation. And so that also adds to it. But even before I started my meditation, when I woke up this morning, I did feel extra peaceful. I did feel an extra appreciation for light, meaning I looked outside. It was a beautiful sunrise for nature itself. I was a little bit more relaxed with my children as they were kind of getting up and making the noise that 10 and 7-year-old children do. So that's where I'm at. Day 4, no particular results. I think, again, except for a different level of peacefulness, which I believe is more a result of the binary beats than it is the actual out-of-body experience. Though it could be accumulation. It could be accumulation. It could be accumulation of all 3, right? It could be accumulation of 3 days of going to sleep and trying to focus on, or not even trying, focusing. And I will say also this, listen, I mean, I have a year of meditating, like spending an hour really practicing, focusing my thoughts in a specific area, specific target, a specific way of being, sometimes absolutely nothing. I don't know, I've mentioned Dr. Joe Dispenza in my previous videos. A lot of that meditation is really just becoming nothing. No one, nowhere, no space, no time. So you're not focused on your story. You're not focused on your past. You're not focused on your future. You're just being as present as possible. I think what he calls the generous present moment. And so I do a lot of that. So I bring this up in the sense that when I am meditating at night and I am focusing as I'm going to bed, I spent an hour and a half. Like I would go from, I'm either imagining myself walking in this room, as I've shared on the past couple of videos, and kind of touching each of these things. And by the way, before I go to bed every night, I also just kind of do like a walk by it. So it almost feels like an OCD now. I can't go to bed without, touching this salt lamp and touching and reading these books and feeling the whole thing. But it's been a lot of fun. And so when I go to bed, I'm able to just sit there and focus and imagine myself walking in here and, touching all these different things and visualizing them as if I'm here. And then as soon as I finish that, then I just go back to the mantra of, now I am out of body. Now I am out of body. And I'm lying there in bed and I'm imagining myself kind of almost sitting up out of my body and then standing at the edge of my bed. So I was able to do it for an hour and a half last night. And so I think it's all, here's the last thing I'll say to this is, I think it's all moving forward. I think, one of the other topics and concepts that William mentions in the book is you have to believe it, right? You are creating thoughts. I'm a huge believer that thoughts are things, that intentions are not only valuable, but the essence of life. And our thoughts do create everything that we bring into our life. And so thinking about and intending to have this out of body experience for an hour and a half, even just last night with no specific results, I think is also valuable. And I'm excited to see what the long-term results are going to be. So the more I step into this, and by the way, I'm seeing subscribers pick up, I'm seeing views pick up. Thank you guys for joining me on this journey. I am not sure where it's going to go, and I think that's the excitement of it. So any questions, thoughts, comments, obviously put them in the comment section. Feel free to subscribe, share with some friends, and I will see you on the other side. Thanks for being you.